Alright, so where do I begin with this? So first of all, let me say, whatever shit that I have talked about Destiny before in the past is something that I 100% stand by. I still agree that it deserved to be on my list for the worst games of 2014 list back in January, February, whenever I released that thing. And because that version of the game sucked. That version of the game was the most disappointing game I've played maybe ever. It was heartbreaking. And even now, knowing what I know now, looking back on it, it's still very disappointing. I still get that very pitiful feeling in my stomach of like, man, what could have been? It was just so disappointing with all the hype and all the anticipation and all the potential that it had to be like the most amazing science fiction game ever. They blew it. They really dropped the ball. And I didn't want to get back into it because I'd heard so much crap about Dark Below and House of Wolves. Even though I heard House of Wolves was, better in ways than the Dark Below. I heard that for $20, neither were really all that substantial. So, and if you've seen the title for my video right now, I am going to be picking up the Taken King. I'm going to be picking up the Taken King Legendary Edition. And I'm probably going to get a lot of pushback on that from you guys that are going to look at this video and go, what the fuck? Why the hell would you do that? I mean, what made you change your mind after all the crap you've been talking about the game? And that's why I'm making this video. Because I definitely do need to explain myself. That I agree with. I definitely do. And I'm not saying this, I'm not saying this because I feel like the game will be like, I don't even feel like Taken King will be the most amazing science fiction game ever. I don't. I want to put that out there. I don't think this game will ever live up to the potential that it set up for itself all those years ago with that beautiful demo at E3 back in 2013 and the trailer. It just has never been able to capture the vibe I got from that trailer when it came out. Never has, and it probably never will, even from what I've played now. And I like at friends' houses, I've played some of the stuff from the Dark Below and the House of Wolves, and yeah, it's fun. It's fun for that little period of time. But the longevity of it is what I have taken into concern, because, and I said the same thing about the first game. You remember, I made a video of like my first impressions of Destiny. I said it was great. And yeah, I completely agree with what I said. Back then, when I first started the game up, it was awesome. I enjoyed the hell out of it. I thought it was not amazing, but it was really fun. And it was a great game to play with friends. It was fun. I mean, it's a simple word. It was just fun. But the problem with Destiny is that the more I played it, and this is when people criticize me for all the shit that I talk about Destiny, I always ask them, how far have you gotten into the game? Have you gotten to level 20 yet? If the answer is no, then I'm going to tell them, well, most of my problems with the game come after you reach level 20, and then you start getting into the light leveling, and just the legendary stuff, and all the collectibles that you gotta grind for. It's not fun. It started to become a chore after a while. It was just boring. It started being fun, and then it progressed into being boring. And that's why I stopped playing Destiny. It's why I got rid of it. It's why I haven't even bothered, why I didn't want to pick up the season pass, the expansion pass, and get, the Dark Below and House of Wolves. I didn't want to, because I learned from what I saw, it really didn't add anything that I made me want to come back. Now, in terms of the Taken King, and I will admit, even when I saw it E3 2000 this year at E3, I must admit, I actually liked what I saw. It looked interesting from a flashy trailer perspective. And knowing, hype culture, a lot of trailers out there for bad games can look good, can make the game look really good. There's a really great trailer there's two really great trailers out there for The Order 1886, and that game is crap. So you can make a trailer make any game look good. It's not hard. It's really not. Especially given our hype culture these days. It's the easiest thing on the planet to throw together a trailer that has a bunch of flashy, kick-ass stuff in it, and then the game comes out and it's extremely disappointing. I mean, look at Watch Dogs. Look at Thief. Look at, again, the Order 1886. All this cool-looking stuff, and then it comes out and it's crap. And that's the same thing for Destiny as well. Now, the point where, and even then I went, well, do I want to get back into it? Not really, with the Taken King. Didn't really want to. And I thought, I feel sorry for Peter Dinklage as well. I don't think if I haven't made that clear in the past, I'm going to make it clear very clear right now. I liked Peter Dinklage in Destiny. I'm one of the very few that actually liked his performance in Destiny. I didn't think he was boring, or yes, he was robotic, but he's a fucking robot! No shit, he sounds robotic, people, he's a robot. So, but then, of course, there's the people that argue that just because it's a robot doesn't mean it can't have a personality. And I thought if they had better writing, and this is where the people that are coming in and saying, oh, Nolan North's going to be the Ghost now, it's going to be much better. No, it's not, because it's still going to be the exact same lines from the original. And the lines for the Ghost from the original suck. The writing in that game is awful, and no voice actor, maybe Nolan can bring something to it, maybe he can turn them from shit lines to somewhat decent, but no, you cannot farm gold out of these lines. You can't. I'm sorry. Not with the amount of effort they put into the script for the vanilla version of Destiny. It's not going to happen. And I've heard that they're going. And a part of my reason why I want to get back into Destiny now is it seems they're making strides to fix what my problems were with the story. I think the Grimoire cards are still going to be around, which, again, is still a thing that I don't support at all. I think the Grimoire cards suck. I think it's the only reason that anybody, besides, keeping track of your character, it's the only reason people keep up with the Destiny app and the Destiny Online and all that. It's extra material that should be in the game itself. It should be. And I'm not saying an in-game encyclopedia is going to make it, going to fix all my problems with the lore, but it's an improvement, and I think I've said that in the past. But from what I've seen with the story for The Taken King, they're adding in new voice acting. I think you don't get somebody like Nathan Fillion to play a character and barely use him. I'm sorry, you don't do that. Same with Claudia Black. She's in the tower. She's one of the vendors in the tower. You don't get good voice actors and then restrict them to minimal lines. That's not how this works, Bungie. And you, who made Halo, should have known that. I don't know what Activision did. And again, this a lot of my problems with Destiny, from what I've heard, you could tie that back to Activision coming in and screwing around with the game. And the fact that Activision is still a part of the game concerns me. But maybe this time, because Destiny is such a bigger success, maybe Bungie has a greater voice in what they want in Destiny. We'll see with that. So the story looks to be improved. I think they're reworking the original vanilla story to tie it into, I don't know, whatever that guy's name is, the Taken King coming. I forget it. I know he's has a first name, but I forget what it is. So the story seems to be improved in areas. There's, you have more dialogue with the vendors, you have better voice acting in it. They've seemed to improve it. I'm not getting my hopes up that it's going to be this great story, but it seems to be improved from the god-awful, quote-unquote, story that we got in the last one. Now, here is where a lot of my, joy comes from in this game. Another big problem I had with the game is that leveling up and all the items that you would get, it did not feel like the customization was really meaningful. It felt like you would just get, the same weapons. Everybody would just, it made it difficult. It was just weird little decisions, like when it first came out, like not having the ability to, you know, test out a weapon before buying it, or having the ability to not having the ability to, you know, try on a shader before you purchased it. It was like wasting money on something that you not even see. It's like you're purchasing clothes and you can't even see what the clothes would look like on you. So that to me was stupid. The ghost shells were fucking useless. Like, they had like one or two in there and they didn't do shit. The light leveling was a mess. The guns were very horribly unbalanced a lot of the times. The fucking what do you call them? Not the quests, the bounties. The bounties were just, who cares? You do the same thing over and over again. It's like, who gives a shit? They kept bringing in all these like these weapons and stuff that would break the game. They'd have to completely nerf them or beef them up or something. It was just a mess. And Kotaku put it perfectly, where they said, Destiny, the Taken King, we're finally getting the game that's been in a year-long beta. And I completely agree with that. Destiny, the vanilla version of it, plus the House of Wolves and plus Dark Below, that it feels like a beta. And I said this a long time ago. It felt like a beta for a better game. And this seems to be the better game that we're finally going to get. So that's good. Now, what are some of the improvements that have me excited? Well, number one, like little things, like the Ghost Shell will actually have, you know, bonuses and grant you like better stats, and you can find better gear with it. You can find better materials to work with. It increases your intellect, discipline, strength, all that stuff. They're getting rid of the light leveling, which, thank God. I hated that shit from the vanilla version of the game. The light stuff, when you finally hit level 20 and the light level just pops up, I had no fucking idea what that meant. And I had to look that up online to fully understand what that was. That should never happen for an RPG. Anytime I have to look up how leveling works, you failed. You've dramatically failed. So, now, actually, no, they're not completely getting rid of light. Light is going to be, I guess, an average of your attack and defense on all your equipped stuff. Like your weapons and your armor and your ghost shell, stuff like that. Should be, and that's fine, as long as that is separate from the leveling up. Because the leveling up, I think they're increasing the level cap to 40. And it's going to be leveling up like it was before you hit level 20, where then you had to deal with the light and all that bullshit. So now it's like, you know, 1 through 40. Just standard leveling. Great. Good. Get rid of the... Don't... Like, you can move the light to something else. Just do not have it be the leveling up function, because it was stupid the first time around. It made absolutely no sense and was very, very confusing. Another thing I really liked is that, you know, there's going to be tons of quests, and they're all going to tie into, like, cinematics or story mode, and something like that. I think even quests that are not part of the main campaign, I think you can hold up to, like, 20, 25, or 30 quests now, which is really, really good. Really awesome. I think it might be more, but please let me know if it's more. You got the vault space is going to be a lot more. I think armor has like 75 or 70 slots. You got inventory, which is going to have 30 or 35, which is really cool. 36, sorry. It's 30. Yeah, sorry. 36 slots for the general items, and then 72 for the weapons, which is awesome. And now, if you, like me, if you played the vanilla version of the game and got out of it, and want to get back into Taken King, and you don't want to have to go through the story all over again just to get into the content for the Taken King, because it's going to be of a higher level, and you want to play with your friends on an even playing field, it's going to give you this thing called the Spark of Light, where it's like a little token or something, and you use it, it automatically levels you up to level 25. Which is cool. I don't know if the thing is, I don't know if that's a one-time use, or if that's going to be something that's going to be an option for every character you create from now on, because that's going to be a little weird that you can just create a character now and just instantly level them up to 25 with no, not being able to, not trying out the main campaign and stuff like that. I think it's probably just a one-time thing only, which is fine, because you really, if you want to get into Destiny and you haven't played it yet, it's a one-time thing. Make your character, boost them up to level 25, or you don't want to say you don't want to use it for a character that you just made. You actually want to go through the whole thing and you want to level up the regular way. I don't know if you can save that Spark of Light. I don't know if that Spark of Light can be carried over to, I don't know, a second, third, fourth, fifth character that you create if you haven't already used it. I don't know. They haven't really announced a lot of info about that Spark of Light. It's just the basics, like you can level up from 1 to 25 in the blink of an eye, which is fine. They're gonna have better collections, and you're gonna be able to keep track of like all your exotic weapons, exotic armor, the ships, which I hope the ships do better things this time. I haven't heard much about the ships. Emblems, shaders, all that stuff. They're gonna add like faction pledging now, which is interesting, because the factions in the vanilla version were useless. They pretty much gave you the exact same weapons like any other thing. All the factions felt the same. It really didn't matter if you switched allegiances at the drop of a dime, because who cares? The factions were meaningless. And now, I guess you could pledge to a faction, only can be swapped once a week, and you're going to gain reputation for it, and, I guess Vanguard and Crucible armor as well. And I guess, reputation for Vanguard and Crucible as well, which is good. And I guess any of the faction reputation that you gained from the first year of Destiny is going to be carried over to Taken King. Good. That's good. And, one more thing about the reputation. I guess the reputation now, I guess they're going to come in packages, and you're going to have a better chance of getting a nice shader. And I guess now, if you gain levels for all the factions, like with the Vanguard and the Crucible, you get, you are guaranteed, these are the words that Bungie is using, you are guaranteed to get a legendary item. Something legendary. I don't know if it's going to be a weapon or an armor piece or some kind of legendary material. It's probably going to be random again. So there's that. So now, a bunch of other stuff, like little things, like dismantling a legendary item will give you legendary marks, which is good. Now, one of the things that I like the most about this expansion is the exotic blueprints. And I guess they now allow you, if you say you have, you're switching characters and you're worried that you're going to lose something in terms of collecting an item towards making an exotic weapon, it'll actually allow you to regain that. And the exotics can now be shared across accounts, which is good. And then you got the exotics from like the first year are going to be upgraded for level 2. Some, not all, some will. They haven't specified which ones. So there's that. And then exotic perks are going to be immediately unlocked from purchasing from the collection. That's good. And I think they've made improvements to the Cryptarch as well. Thank God. Because I hated the Cryptarch in the last game. The Cryptarch was this... There's like a ton of memes about it. He's a fucking asshole. That guy was a complete prick. I hated that guy. Whoever at Bungie decided that legendary engrams will give you green items. Really? Really, guys? Really? That shouldn't even have been there day one. And I don't know whether that was... That's one of my... That's like my next to the story. That's probably the biggest facepalm moment for Destiny. Is the fucking Cryptarch. And thank God they've overhauled the Cryptarch, because that guy used to be an asshole. I don't know what he's like now, but according to this, it's gotten a lot better, and it's going to get even better with the Taken King. And, like, one of the things I actually really liked about like the gunsmith now, is that it will actually allow you to try out weapons. Like, it will actually allow you to take a gun, try it out in a mission, and if you like it, buy it. If you don't, that's fine. You tried it out, you don't like it, whatever, no biggie. Great! That's going to encourage people to try new things in this game. Say you want to try a certain, I don't know, rocket launcher, and you're like, well, I don't have enough credit for it. Boom! You can just take it out in the field and try it out, and it's fine. If you don't like it, awesome. You wasted no resources getting it. If you do like it, hell yeah, save up or purchase it right then and there. No biggie. See, little shit like that actually works because it encourages people to be experimental. If you restrict, if you restrict people from decisions or people that want to experiment, you're going to have a bad game. You're going to have a community that's just going to be pissed off the entire time and not really want to do anything. People that are just going to stick with the same shit the entire time. And it's going to get boring really, really quick. So, that's like the changes to like the weapons and the story and stuff like that. Now, one of the big reasons why I want to get back into Destiny and why I've been considering it and I'm finally going to do it is pretty simple. Is that I actually realize that I have some weird emotional attachment to this world. I know, it's really strange, and bear with me on this. I haven't played this game since November. At least I haven't played this game extensively since November. And I found that out because I downloaded the Destiny app on my smartphone, and I re-logged into my profile, and I looked at my stats, and I gotta admit, I actually had some kind of weird feeling. Like when I looked at my Guardian, I went, oh man, because I've talked a lot of shit about Destiny. I have a lot of shit, and I stand by everything I've said about it. But I will never deny that I have good memories of Destiny. When it first started out, stuff like the alpha and the beta, when I was first starting out and playing it with friends, I had good times, and I had and despite even the story being absolute dog shit, I had an emotional connection to it that I can't really explain. It's really no emotional connection to like a certain character or a certain universe. It's probably just more of the music. The music I think is like amazing, and even now when I listen to the soundtrack, it still gives me this feeling of, man, I like, it makes me really want to go back to Destiny and play it again. And when I boot up the game for for my return and I hear that music again, oh my god, it's gonna be wonderful. And that's, oh man, for Destiny 2, if they need to get Marty McDonald back, because he was the heart and soul of this game. Not Bungie, not Activision, not the weaponry, not the characters. It was the music. And if they don't get the music back, oh man, that Destiny 2 is gonna have a really tough time. Unless they just repeat all the music from the first one, which they could do. 343 has taken a lot of the music from Marty McDonald and using it for Halo 5. But I don't know. When I looked at my phone and I saw my character that I had spent a few months creating and customizing, I felt this weird sense of, like, this weird emotion. Like, I'm seeing an old friend that has been away for a long time, and one that I am looking forward to seeing again. And I don't know if I'm going to keep going with that character, or I'm going to make a new one, but I realize that I do have some kind of, weird emotional attachment to this series, to this game. And I don't know, I don't know if The Taken King is going to be what I think it is. I don't know. I haven't played it yet. And this is really just a risk on my part, and I will be talking about it, and I most likely will be streaming it, because it is a fun game to play with friends and do the cool shit. And keep in mind, I haven't done any of the raids, So I could fall in love with the raids and want to do them over and over again. Be like my friends out there that go, well, you didn't get to experience Destiny because you never played the raids. Granted, no, I did not play the raids, but I think my opinion, I think even without the raids, I have a pretty solid opinion on the vanilla version of Destiny. But I don't know. It's just this weird emotional attachment. And, you know, if it turns out to be crap again, hey, you know, fool me once, what is it? Fool me once, shame on me, or something like that. Fool, I gotta look that up. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me, or something like that. Yeah, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Yeah, I mean, shame on you for that vanilla version of Destiny. Absolutely, shame on you, Bungie. Shame on you, Activision. Not shame on you, Marty McDonald. You're awesome in that series. But yeah, if I get tricked by Destiny again, it's nobody's fault but mine. Honestly, I mean, yeah, it's also Bungie's fault, but I'm mostly to blame because I fell for that shit again, and I would be more than happy to admit that I got fooled again. You know, I'm not one of these people that likes to lie to himself and go, well, you know, it's all their fault because I tried it again and I got screwed over again. No. It's my fault. It's absolutely my fault if I get fucked over again by Destiny. I hope that doesn't happen. I hope they win me back with this, because this does seem to be the game that should have come out last year. Not now. Last year. This Taken King shit, with all these improvements and everything, this should have been the version we got back on last September. This should have been it, Bungie. Not now. But, you know what? I'm willing to give you the benefit of the doubt because you actually are making changes to it. You're not being complete pricks. I mean, you're still being a prick with that stupid $20 emblems and emotes pack, which, what the fuck is that? No, don't, what the fuck? So, yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm going to be returning to Destiny, and you know, if you guys are mad at me about that, you know, I don't blame you, but still, boo fucking who. It's my decision as a grown-ass adult. I've said this, I've said it on this video. They fool me again, it's my fault. It's totally my fault for falling for it. Again, a second time. So, yeah. Alright, Destiny Taken King. Gonna be getting it September 15th. And hopefully that will see me through until, I don't know, something comes out in October that I want to play. But if not, you know, maybe that. I got Metal Gear too. I got Metal Gear as well, and I got Metal Gear Online, which will be coming out in October. So, you know, even if Destiny Taken King loses my interest after a few weeks, I got Metal Gear, because Metal Gear is going to keep me busy for a long time. And yeah, it's going to keep me busy. And hopefully both are great. I'm definitely rooting for Destiny. It's not like I'm hoping Destiny the Taken King is going to suck because I can go, fuck you, Bungie, blah, 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 so I can make another bunch of videos about that. No, I don't want Taken King to suck. I never want a game to suck. Even games that I've included in my top, like my bottom 5, of last year, none of those games I wanted to suck. I was rooting for all 5 of those games. I never want a game to be bad. I never sit down in front of my TV and put a game into my PS4 and go, well, I hope this game is absolute shit so I can talk shit about it. No! I never like that. I never like that feeling that I've wasted my time with something, or that something failed to live up to my expectations, or something just failed in general. I don't like that. You shouldn't either. You should not be like, yeah, Razorblade Mango, bag on Destiny the Taken King. You should tear that shit apart. It's fucking horrible. No, I don't like doing that. I will do it if I have to. I've done it before, and I will do it again with games that I don't like, or shit that I see out there that I think is bullshit. I will call something out on it if it deserves to be called on out. But not for my own amusement. And even a game has like really, really pissed me off. Yeah, I will admit, I do get some kind of rise out of, you know, tearing something apart that's really fucked with me, and something that I hate, like Watch Dogs or or actually no, I don't want to give away what games I'll be talking about at the bottom 5 this year. Nope, that's gonna be a surprise. But one of them's gonna be the Order 1886. So yeah, fuck it, the Order 1886. That was really disappointing as well. That'll definitely be among the bottom 5 this year. And I've already got I've got 3 so far that they'll definitely be in the bottom 5. And trust me, I'm not actively searching for games to include in the bottom 5. All the games that I've played for the bottom 5, I've been hoping they've been good for a certain portion. I've been hoping they've been good to a certain degree. So yeah, and you know what? If The Taken King is great and I love it, I will include it on my top 10 games of the year. I've already got quite a few on my top 10 that I've really enjoyed. So, and I'm hoping to add more. So yeah, if The Taken King turns out to be great, I will include it on my top 10 of the year. I hope it's great. I really do. I hope Bungie have learned their lesson and gotten away from this crap, and now they're going to focus on being awesome for the future of Destiny. Because I don't know if I'm going to buy the extra $20 expansions that will come out after The Taken King. I might just wait until after, next year when they do another bundle like this, which they most likely will. But yeah, I mean, hopefully it's awesome. Alrighty. So, anyway guys, thank you for watching. If you like what you see, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think of the Taken King so far. Let me know. I really am curious to see what you guys think about the Taken King. I'm really curious, and because it is it's not complicated, but it's an interesting topic of debate. Whether or not, hey, is this worth $40? And in my opinion, so far from what I've seen, yeah, it's worth it. All right, thank you guys for watching, and as always, have a good one.